We gotta start over. We gotta start over. Sorry. Let's do this all over again. You're gonna have to start over. SmashCastBros, keep it local, keep it cash, tell the feds to kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
Trigger.
Kirk.
Oh. Hey! We're in segment 2. Trigger's gonna kick us off. Go ahead.
2.1.
Yeah. Well, we finally got Buzz's little cue screen brought up so we can remember his name like Joe Biden.
People won't actually hear it, but it took us 6 tries.
How do you ride? Can you ride a bike still, or do you fall over?
We're talking about the fair. We're not talking about
Can you climb stairs?
No.
your
Hold on.
issues. We're not talking about your
Hey,
issues.
hold on. Do you like ice cream?
Anyway,
Where did that come from?
a few years back,
Never mind.
You ever see a dog lick peanut butter?
He's actually clean.
He has.
used to be I always remember a lot of people complaining about the fair board being a bunch of old geezers that didn't want to change.
Oh, the mirror.
And again, I know I don't know who's on the fair board. You just said that you're the VP, which is great. You're old, but you're not that old.
We do have a younger group, and I know a lot of people say they don't like change, which we do like change, and we're trying to change it, but it costs money. We're not state funded, we're not county funded, we're not government funded. We're a private entity that
Self-funded.
we have to raise our own money. That's the bad part.
Do you guys actually vote on?
Yeah. Yep.
Does any changes, anything that's going to come in, any price changing?
Yeah, we have to vote on it. Just like the fair rides. The tickets went up $5 a ticket or something like that this year
I don't know.
for your mega passes and stuff. Well, that's not on us. That's the
Midway.
Midway.
I thought you were actually going to tell
Carnival.
us one of the little square tickets went up $5 from what they were already.
No. Your
Those
mega
are expensive
and
too.
your
All-day pass.
All day pass.
Okay.
That stuff has went up, but
But you can buy stuff early for a huge
your
discount.
Christmas. Yeah, it's a big discount.
I used to do that for the kids or whatever, but now it gets to the point to where I can't get those because I'm sorry to say, but the prices have went up so significant. Even pay for parking. I know I can get an early parking pass for a discount for the whole 10 days or whatever.
Yep.
It's like $30.
But
$30 now.
For every day.
Total. For you buy a pass, it's like $30 and you can park for 10 days.
Now to get a
ain't
mega pass
bad.
now for the
That
rides.
ain't bad at all.
No. Mega passes were if you buy them early, they're $150.
Yeah.
that's for all week.
That's all week. That's $15 a day. You can't go anywhere. And I know they're not the big gigantic Michigan adventure rides, but for most of the kids, where are you going to go for $15?
What is it
It's
a
the
day if
super
I'm
fun
not-
pass. Super fun
Yeah, your
pass is
dailies.
what, $20 or $25?
Yeah, something like that.
But that's still not. I don't feel like that's horrible because they can just go all day. I wear out before they do.
Yeah.
But again, what's all day? Are you going to be down there at noon or 11 o'clock when the ride's open? You don't
That's
get
what
out
you're
of
paying
work.
for.
You
That
don't
is
get
what
out of
you're
work
paying for.
until.
That's not his fault. That's not the fair's fault.
But now
Take a day
I
off.
remember when the fair went, because when 96, I think we declared it was 96 when Brooks and Dunn was there. The fair, the Midway was open until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was still riding rides at 12:55 in the morning.
See, and that's another thing. Arnold's will keep their fair rides open and running
If they're moving.
if they're moving. If there's people they're moving, they will keep them going. They'll go another hour over or hour and a half over.
During the week, they usually shut down early because
Yeah.
it's the middle of the week. But weekends is they'll stay open as long as there's people there.
And that's another thing too. Last couple of years, they've had trouble getting their workers with their passes. They had trouble.
Border walls.
Yeah. Well, they've had these same people for 30 plus years,
Oh, yeah.
families that's worked for them, and they can only get. I remember right after COVID, they were, I can't remember what it was, 80, 100 short workers, roughly.
Oh my God.
And they made it work. It was hard. It was tough for them the whole
You know,
year.
and
And
every
that's probably going to be the case from here out.
Well, that last year, I think they had all but 30 just before our fair started, and they got them.
And it ain't just fairs either. Every merchant, everybody that's got a business is having that same
All
problem.
those people down there, them vendors that travel with Arnold's in the big circuit of
Food
fairs,
vendors are having
that's-
trouble.
They rely on the
And
workers.
I was talking about age earlier. Going down there this last year, I went to so many food vendors, and it's like, dude, are you even old enough to make mac and cheese? It's like some of these kids working in these freaking food vendors are like 10 years old. I'm like, is this slave labor, or is this like a Chinese sweatshop, or what?
I don't know.
They
That's-
probably got to
I mean,
get something signed off by their parents or somebody because they're
well, like
young.
I think a lot of them when they hire our local kids from the high school, I think they have to have a work permit. Mm-hmm. They have to sign for those.
I knew one kid who said he was like 17 and he was only 14 one year.
Ooh.
And his parents lied on the thing for him.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, but he wanted to work.
Yeah.
And he did. He worked all 10 days.
Well, it's
It ain't
good
too
to
many
see
people
there's
like
a
that that want to
working
work.
Yeah.
But again, we were talking about prices of everything. You said there's new ticket booths coming in, the parking ticket booths.
Donation.
Okay.
Yep.
Was it donated specifically for new?
Yep. It's
Parking booths?
$35,000 worth of parking booths.
Yeah.
Who
Dutch
donated that?
Barnes, wasn't it?
Dutch Barnes.
Dutch Barnes.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep. They're going
That's
to
the
be
guy
a
over Clarksville, right?
yes. They're going to be a promoter, or what do you call it?
Sponsor.
Sponsor. Premium
In kind.
in
The
kind.
premium tier, they get something in all the ads, and they get
Yes.
something in.
Yep.
They get a sign up in every.
No,
They get a
Yeah.
banner in his.
Do they have a spot down there to sell?
Yes, they're going to have a spot to put all their stuff, or what they're going to bring, and they get that for 3 years.
We've
Three-
got a
3 to
gal
5,
the
I
last
can't
few
remember.
years that goes out and she loves doing this. She goes out and gets sponsors, and she's doing an amazing job of it.
Yes.
Is she a volunteer?
Yes.
Well,
for you.
Well,
Well,
no,
s-
not
the-
really.
well, so the free fair pays for 20% of her wages through the city. We pay the city.
Oh,
she's a
but that's
she's
still
Right, you can't.
you
and
can't.
For what we're paying for her wages,
she's paying her
tons of
wages
money.
and
And then
taking
some.
Yes.
absolutely. She's doing an amazing job.
Yep.
But she told me she loves doing that kind of work.
Yeah.
I hate
It beats sitting in an office all day.
I hate asking
She like,
people.
yeah.
I hate asking people for money. I never haven't liked that job, but she just loves it. She's good at it. And
When you
she's
got as
making
much money as he does, yeah, I mean, I can't believe he.
I know.
Let's not talk about your credit card.
No.
I work for mine.
So
No, I remember back in the day going down to the fair, and what is it? McCormick's used to be all the way up to the front. You used to have a whole display of tractors. I know McCormick's is gone.
I remember the day when you used to take somebody's bulldozer and bury it.
Yep. I got the pictures of it.
I bet you
You want to see them?
oh,
I can walk off the floor of the
Yeah.
floor of the
Oops.
dozer out onto the freaking swamp.
it was bad.
All right, we're getting off subject.
But anyway, I remember all that. I know it's very scarce up there now. There's not much anything that
No,
sits up there anymore.
no, there's Bader's, or
little
excuse
bit.
me, Hudson's. They bring a little bit.
But
Well, they didn't
that
bring
sits
anything
in
last
front of
They
year.
sell
that
again?
sits in front of the
Yeah, it's
draft
called
horse
Hudson
pull
now.
barn.
Yeah, it's Hudson.
Yep.
Holy cow.
That's
Farm Depot brings quite a bit of stuff now.
do they?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They got a
Good.
big area up there.
But
so.
I was gonna say I know there's not much of anything. I guess between the Merchant Building and 66, there's not much of anything up there.
No, it's pretty sparse. We got it. The midway goes to the end of the exhibition building.
What I'd like to see eventually, and Mike's working on this, is every weekend something going on that fairgrounds.
He's working on.
Something to bring in a
Something.
little bit of money.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what I asked earlier about renting out the floral building. I called down to see what floral building for my kid's graduation, and it was $1,100 or $1,200.
Should have been $1,000.
And maybe it was. That was 2021.
Well, it should have been $800 back then. Yeah.
I don't remember what year they graduated. 2021, 2022. But I remember it was
Probably good.
$1,000 or $1,200. And this was what the wife said, and it's like, okay, did it sit vacant that weekend? Because they were. How many times has the building sat vacant because the price is so high?
Usually it's rented every weekend. Pretty close.
Is when we called on
In the
it,
summer.
in the summer.
We called on it. It was going to be end of June, and they said, yeah, it was like 3 or 4 weekends we had our choice of, and it was. And this again was what my wife said was $1,000 or $1,200 to rent it for that weekend, to have it Saturday, we clean it up Sunday, whatever. How many of those weekends did it actually sit vacant? Because that's entirely too much for me to pay.
Well, that's a lot of money.
I rented another hall
For that.
Yeah.
I had it for 3 days for $200.
Mm-hmm.
And I had bathrooms. I had a full kitchen that I could use. Everything. Yep. I had to go clean it prior and clean it after. But other than that, it was $200.
Well, since we're all doing a big podcast on the fair, maybe you can get a big deal on your next wedding reception.
Your next.
Wedding reception? How about a divorce reception?
Why not both at the same time?
We could.
Oh, you're neglecting for punishment. Get a twofer.
So I'm just going to keep going in order. Are you guys done? Are we?
I mean, I'm not by any means done. I have lots of stuff, but let's keep with your list. There's just stuff that I'm
because
if you keep on, there's stuff that I can add on to yours.
Because this is going to end up probably being a 2-night thing at some point. Maybe not right away, but whatever.
Again,
Maybe
I have complaints about everything down there. I have comments. I have praises about a lot of stuff down there.
After this is over with and we do the next one, I'm hoping we'll have our
Poop in a group.
our list.
Bring us some flyers that we can hand out.
Right, we'll do that. But I'll have the whole list of what's going on the E-Park stage.
Well, that's where I'm going with next. So
Is it? All right.
When are you gonna know what's going on?
I think Linda's got the flyers.
By the end of the month.
Ionia
She's
Idol,
got the flyers going now.
E-Park, everything. So what do you got so far? Get your phone out.
Well, I want to know, when are the helicopter rides coming back? Because I couldn't afford that as a kid. I can afford it now. When are the helicopter rides coming back?
I don't know if it's the insurance deal. I don't even know why they quit doing those. To be honest with you.
He wasn't real busy.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
could
was
be.
always taking off and landing, taking off and landing, taking off and landing, taking off and
I
That
went
landing.
one time, and it was one of the coolest things I did. But
Yeah, they are fun. I won't never get one, but
what?
I just won't know.
Have you ever rode with Buzz in a car?
Is that why your stature's
It ain't any less dangerous.
Is that why your stature's so little? You're afraid of heights?
Oh, I don't. If I could see through that floor like I watch them, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
You ever go on a
it's
glass bottom boat?
yeah, yeah. No.
The year that I got engaged to Sally, Lionel bought me a helicopter ride, and this guy, we took off. He got right on top of the river, and he was going right, skimming the top of the river till they got to that bridge. I thought we were going to drive right into it. All of a sudden, boy, up and over.
But were they using a MASH helicopter from the set back then?
It looked like it. It was the big bulbous glass.
Yeah.
thing.
I mean,
that was
back when you were dating
was
Sally, that was what, 60 years ago, 70 years ago.
Shit.
We're talking about the fair.
So that
Well, you brought it up.
He got engaged at the fair.
Crappy beer.
You don't go down to the fair?
I went there one year.
Why are you here
The
tonight?
smell of weed, patchouli, and body odor was a little excessive.
Really?
But that is
I don't
the
smell
essence
much
of
weed.
fair.
Do you smell much weed down there?
That's the
Oh,
essence.
yeah.
That's the
Weed wasn't
essence of
bad
the
last
new
year, was it?
age.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh yeah.
I never smelled any.
Yep.
You don't smell any other than yours.
I've never touched.
is
I've never taken any drugs. Weed,
never taken
nothing.
it.
I never have.
But
never
secondhand, secondhand.
call
Let's talk
bullshit.
about secondhand. Contact Buzz, buddy.
A couple times of that, I guess.
Your
I
nose,
figured that's how you got your name.
Your nose is too
Buzz.
close to your butthole. Of course, in it.
What? So go through the days. What's the first day? Do you have your E-Park schedule?
I got a few of them.
Can you get any
Filled
bigger
in here.
phone?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had one of those Chinese
He's
things
gonna-
back in the day.
He's gonna need one as next prescription.
Okay.
Do they have
You wanna
screen
listen to this?
protectors that magnify?
No.
All right, here we go. The fair starts on Friday, the 12th of July.
The 12th, I thought it was
No,
the 14th.
no,
I mean-
the 11th. Actually,
Well,
our
yeah, well,
soft
that's
startup.
yeah,
That's Thursday, correct?
But
That's when they figure out if the bolts are all tight in the machine.
This is Friday. The 12th is on Friday, and on my stage, I do the entertainment down there on the E-Park stage.
Oh, he's entertaining.
And
Just ragging on him's entertaining.
Spit it
It's a
out.
passing thing.
are you guys done?
Spit it out.
All right, it's Mega 80s, and that's usually that's
Big
pretty-
First night
pretty
is
packed.
Mega 80s?
Yes.
Yes.
First Friday, isn't it?
First Friday.
Yep.
Now, is
Dude,
that
you know-
That's a way to
So
start up.
pause
Now-
it for a minute.
let's explain that. Is that like they let out the 80-year-olds from the senior citizen home so you could join?
No.
Or is that 80s music?
Mega 80s conga line.
When I first heard it, I thought it was a DJ coming in and everybody dressed in the 80s. No. It's a band, and they do such a great job. It is super
They're good.
impressive.
They're
it is
very
super
good.
impressive. Have you ever seen it?
I
Okay,
saw
no,
that.
Then don't
no,
knock
I'm
it because
looking.
I'm telling you,
No,
they
I'm
are,
looking for explanation.
they're unbelievably good.
What
I
does
saw
Mega
that.
80s mean?
I saw
And I
that.
would have
It's a
thought
band.
very similar to you.
It's a band.
It's a
No.
DJ comes in, you dress up as 80s.
No,
these
MC
guys-
Hammer
No,
shit and whatever else.
you as a
I saw him at 20 Monroe. It's a group that performs 80s hits.
but
It's
they don't
actually very
sing
good.
like they don't sing like a whole song. They'll do a couple verses in one and right into the next one, and they don't skip a beat.
Kind of like a
It's
Super Bowl show.
It's unbelievable.
No, it does not have Taylor Swift in it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't want that.
I don't watch Super Bowl,
But-
so I don't know. But no, I'm telling you, you need to see
Watch
it.
this video.
Anyway,
I'll show you
so
that.
let's go.
We'll do it later.
Go down to
Yeah, later. Okay.
God damn. That was close.
I just wanted, my main thing is I wanted clarification on what this Mega 80s thing is.
It's
Because
impressive.
I would have thought you dress up as the 80s and they sit there with a DJ and you dance and
Well, they used to
Screw
come
around,
to
whatever.
Ryan's.
Man, do I have the car for that?
and the haircut.
No, you do. You wear a fanny pack. People dress to the time, to the 80s, and they wear the parachute pants, the fanny pack, the whatever. They spike their hair.
Now they do they do a best dress contest during this too?
They could.
Why not?
They could.
Ooh, shit.
Oh, shit. That
Don't touch my leg.
that
That's not my leg.
hey, people are listening. So
No, they're not.
Yeah, they will be. Anyway, so Mega 80s is great.
They left
I'm
them
telling
out.
you.
She left them out for the whole song. It's like that girl. Anyway,
come on.
What's okay? So Mega 80s is great. Next,
Okay, on Saturday night the 13th, we got these are tribute. Our most of our the good
entertainment,
acts are tribute bands or tribute
cover bands.
Cover
Well,
bands.
after what you said for the price of the actual band, I can imagine
Well,
that
and
they're
Now,
not the actual
now,
band.
now I got to let you know that for a couple of years we tried to charge for some of these and it did not work. So now these are all free. These all the acts today that we're doing down there in the E Park stage are free. for
Say
people
that
to
kind of
come in.
goes
No.
what I was saying. If you charge, less people come, or you try to charge.
Yeah.
It's about
So your $10
spending extra money.
your $10 to park, your food prices, your different things. Everybody has to pay, but the fair pays all those acts, and they're not cheap. They're still
No,
the cover
they're-
bands. They're still not cheap.
They're getting-
so the money is getting paid out, and nothing's coming in. So it's got to come in somewhere. Right?
so when you take the tent, the stage,
Oh,
the
it's
light, the
massive.
sounds, and then paying for all the bands, you're looking at 70 grand.
How much is the tent to rent?
I think
that big tent,
17,000.
17 grand,
How many times do we rent
and that's
it?
cheap because I think he gives the fair a huge
Yeah,
discount.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
how much
charges
is it
over
to purchase
$20,000.
Oh shit! To buy that building?
No, you won't do
100
that.
some thousand.
How many times have you rented it? Could you have bought one by now?
But
Well, I'm working.
but it's
on
got
it.
to be put up too.
And
It's got to be put
The,
up.
the
too.
amount of labor that goes into him putting that thing up, he
Yeah.
just barely. I bet he breaks even by
This-
putting
this
it
take-
up and turning it
I'm
down.
just
This
I'm
ta-
just asking.
This
That's-
it takes 2 Skytracks to put this up and about a dozen guys there.
Takes about
working.
a day and a half.
Plus the teardown. So he's almost breaking even. He ain't making any money on that tent.
okay.
No.
And again,
Plus he's
I'm
got
just,
the insurance
I'm just
on
trying
it.
to
He's
ask.
got-
Yeah.
We know. So anyway, 13th. Like I said, this is a tribute act. Chris Stapleton.
Very good.
He does.
He's a
good.
country
We've had
singer,
him-
isn't he?
We've
yes,
had-
he is.
We had him once before.
He's an actual country singer. He's not a cover.
He's
No, this
actually
this
Chris
is a
Stapleton.
This is a
This is
cover.
a
This is
cover
a
band.
tribute.
Oh.
His
tribute.
name might be Joe Blow, but he's Chris Stapleton.
But I got to tell you, I've seen this guy a
Okay.
couple of years ago,
He's
and he looks like Chris Stapleton. He sings like Chris Stapleton. He's amazing.
and he's
And-
balder than I am.
That's pretty bad.
No,
Oh no, that dude's bald.
is he?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got the hair for. He's got
Well,
the
he's
wig
got
on it.
he's got the wig that goes on his cowboy hat, and he is bald. He's cue ball bald, but he is good. He sounds
wears a
just
hat.
like
and he's got the voice and everything. So I was kind of leery on that one,
And
but
that's
then he started singing, and I'm like, Okay.
And that's why these
I need to
cover
get back-
bands are getting good money. Just, I mean, back in the day, when this stage started, it was just free. If you wanted to play on the stage, it had to be free. But now things have changed. Things have gone up. We're doing a lot of different things. Now we're paying for it. And we're paying dearly, really.
So that Chris Stapleton, how much is he to put on stage? Roughly, I don't need to go exact.
$8,000,
Is he up to 8,000?
7,500. I think.
Is it 75?
So, but you don't make anything off of him playing on stage.
No.
No, we
Just
give it
beer
away.
sales.
Beer sales.
We got to sell beer.
Yeah. See, a few years ago, we couldn't sell beer in that tent. It had to be at the
Beer tent.
The beer tent.
Yeah, it used to be at the Tiki Hut. beer tent
Tiki
thing.
bar. Yeah. Now they expanded it to. It's up to the chief of police
Okay.
what we do down there, pretty much. So
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was confined to one area per the licensing or whatever.
Now it's confined to two
When you
areas.
put your,
Okay.
when you put in for, when we put in for our licenses every year, it's 10 or 9 licenses, one for each day. We write out the one map. We have to draw a map, tell this is how many people this will hold. This is big. This is how big the Tiki Hut is. You know,
not
them are the two main spots and the grandstand when we
Yes.
sell beer in the grandstands.
Does the fire marshal have something to do with this too?
Well, yeah,
As far as
because they come in, they tell you, they take like a human being, you get 5 square foot is what they consider.
Right.
That's not something
And that's what they
makes sense.
consider for capacity.
Yeah, so they'll take whatever size that tent is, and they divide that
Chop it up to
and,
5, and
and they say this is how many it'll hold.
You're right. Yep.
Okay.
So like I
somebody's
think
supposed
that,
to keep track.
that tent
And
basically,
that's the same everywhere. I don't care where.
yeah,
you
it's
go.
everywhere.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm.
So that tent
That's
will
great
hold.
to have that.
I think that tent will hold 1,500 people.
What year was that big tent first in there?
You mean legally?
Legally. 2020. Let's see. Right.
23,
At, let's
20,
see.
21.
Is this going to be the
'Cause it's
fourth,
been
third
2 or
year
3
fourth-
years.
fourth
Let's see.
year?
When COVID was 22, 23, and then this year 24. So it'd be the
That
third
thing
year.
is one of the nicest tents I've ever been in.
I got my cousin builds them barns like that, but there'd be like a hoop barn.
Quonset barn, you mean like?
Well, it'll be kind of, same material, 20-year material. He's found me 2 or 3 of them. It's be a 60 by 100s. That's 60 by 120, but you can buy a section. But that's what we're working on, trying to
Is it going to
eventually
be permanent?
Well, yeah, because you can put them on pillars.
You're
about steel-
talking about the actual
Tent.
tarp
Yes,
tent
and that's-
style Kwanzaa huts.
It's
Yes.
I've seen them on a
aluminum-
lot of farms
Yes,
for
and it's
storing
basically
equipment.
it's the same thing as.
Oh, I know what
his
you're talking about
building there.
now. Jerry Gallagher had some of them over
Yeah,
at his farm.
and then you can make
Yeah.
the sidewalls as tall as you want. You put
And then you
pillars
can actually,
in.
I've seen them put them up on walls also,
Yes.
cord walls.
Right.
outside,
Yeah.
arm roosters over the
Well,
lake.
that's
they'll
going to
have
be
them,
100,000 probably.
Well, yes and no.
Maybe
We
more.
can buy a used one and just buy the new tent
Well,
or the new material.
yeah,
but
if
buy
you
all
get
the
a used
hoops,
one,
or get all the hoops donated or whatever.
Yeah.
From
You
a
know,
used
and,
one or whatever, and just buy the new canvas
Yep.
or whatever top.
And a cousin of mine puts them up. He'll do it for free. We just have to buy the building and pay for the material.
Do it one time and maintain it.
Yeah, I figured it'd
Bore
take
the
us.
holes in the ground and put the pillars in.
You know, if we could buy a used one, it's gonna take us 8 to 10 years to pay it off. We'll just borrow our own money and then pay ourselves back. Is what we're working on.
We still got. I wish the fair would buy a SkyTrack.
We're
I've been hammering that so hard ever since I left the fair board.
You rent one now.
Yeah, but they could use one almost year round. All the projects they need to do.
And if we had more stuff going on the weekends up down there, we can rent
You
that
could
out to
use it.
them.
Yeah. How I feel about that. Okay. Beat it like a weekend rental.
yeah,
That's what I did with a dozer.
There you go. Right.
Thank God somebody had a SkyTrack down there because I almost blew the thing to pieces trying to get him out. That's a whole nother story.
All right. I don't have the next few days. I think Mike's got them. He's got some of them booked, I believe. Oh, Saturday afternoon, which is the 13th and the 14th.
So that's the first Saturday, first Sunday of the fair
Yes,
week.
yes. Moyes from El Mariachi,
The
Mexican
restaurant here?
place downtown.
downtown.
He's going to be doing some, I don't even know what he calls it for sure, but he's going
Lowrider thing.
No, it's They do. It's almost like a idol thing. They do
Yeah,
a
similar to
contest,
that. Yeah.
Singing contest. He had some good people.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's going to have I think a younger age one day.
They
and
say
then
right now
yeah.
they have karaoke. I think every
Karaoke.
Sunday right there.
Basically what it
they have
is. He's
karaoke at the restaurant down there on Main Street. I think every Sunday.
Yep. So they'll do
so.
like he'll do all
the fi-
year
yeah.
long. He'll do his karaoke.
Yep.
And then
The finals.
the finals will
will be
be at
down.
the Ionia Free Fair.
Yep.
And they do
okay.
that for 2 days.
Yeah, be Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And that'll be on the free stage, or that'll be
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Free stage.
Okay.
And during the week, there's a lot of things going on. There's going to be there'll be a veterans deal down there. There'll be a senior citizens deal down there. There'll be the Myers Kids Day down there. I don't have the whole schedule yet because we're
Wednesday's
still working.
always
still,
Cops Day,
because
which
we're
is
still
always
working.
the governor's luncheon also.
Yeah. We
because we're still working on it.
I'm surprised you don't get the whole day off for that.
I normally do take the whole day off
For the governor.
because the only. I did go down and meet Governor Snyder one year.
They didn't have her last year. They just kind of all fell apart in that part. But we do have the.
But my in-laws
Okay.
go down there every year to meet to the governor's luncheon.
We still
It's
are
always
working.
their big thing.
Okay,
But
we still are working on some things during the week. For the evening shows, the ones I was talking about just a minute ago were mostly during the day and afternoons.
But that was Saturday and Sunday, right?
Well, Saturday and Sunday, and then during the week. Saturday and Sunday for the Moyes
No.
thing. The rest of the days are things like I just talked about: Veterans Day, Seniors Day, Myers Kids Day.
Now, what's Veterans Day? Do we get discounts on ride prices for veterans
I don't know if they're just going to ride
for their families?
Well, I think the
Discount
parking.
on
I believe
parking?
that. Hang on, quit interrupting me. I think they get free parking, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think they all get free parking.
Yeah.
Now,
I
what
haven't
else
seen
is
that video.
Saturday? Because this is what I don't
well,
I
I've
don't
got-
see
I'm-
very often either is the parade.
Yeah, the parade is Saturday morning.
The
Okay,
doodah
where do you sign up to go? Let's say have something in the parade.
You can,
Yeah, get with Tom Lard.
yeah, Tom Millard, he runs that. Yeah.
Is that somewhere in some of the criteria?
Yes, it's on
The
our
information?
It's on our Facebook page. It's on our website. If you go to the Ionia Free Fair,
And he has the information of what's allowed to be in the parade.
yeah, what you do is you go
and
in
he'll
there,
have you
fill
line
out-
up for you.
Yeah, they give
Okay.
you a lineup number, whatever they charge. I don't know. They charge a certain amount of dollars to be in the parade.
Huh?
Well, they got a parade fee, don't they? In there?
No, ain't no parade
I
fee.
thought you got charged like $100 or something.
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no, no.
No, that is free. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
and
not part of that. I don't know.
Right.
This is just questions that I have. I'm just
Right.
trying to get information because
I'm just
I know
going-
that we've drove vehicles in parades for companies. We've had tractors in parades. My in-laws were the grand marshals quite a few years back. I know.
I was
I think the 100th anniversary they did all the free fair queens on a float through the whole thing, or
Hey,
whatever
speaking of
they
that,
get a hold of.
that last meeting, did they talk about the Grand Marshal for this year?
Not in our last meeting. We didn't talk about. We talked.
I've been
time
talking to
before
Mike.
that.
Huh?
I can't remember who. We were talking about somebody. We threw out a few.
Well, I threw out Dan Belize.
What's the criteria to be a
what's
grand
going on.
marshal? Do you have to be Ionia City
Well,
or whole of Ionia County?
Normally, when they
Anybody
do-
that does a lot of work for the fair,
Fair,
that
that's how we
is-
usually do
yeah.
the grand marshal.
or
Big sponsors.
or a retired or last year of the on the fair board.
Yep.
I was a grand marshal on my last year of being on the board.
What
I
does that
know,
entail? You just ride on a float and wave?
Was it Mitch Bell was
Yeah,
the grand
for
Hitting
marshal
kids
here
in
a
the
few
head
years
with Tootsie
back?
Rolls?
Did we have Mitch
no.
Bell? Was Mitch Bell our grand marshal one year?
Who?
Mitch
Mitch?
Bell.
No.
I thought he was a few years
I think they
back.
had him in the parade, but I can't
Yeah, he
remember.
might
What
have
That
been
might
in
have
the
been.
parade.
it might have been for the
Mitch?
veterans. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yep.
I'm just seeing, I mean, is it all of Ionia County? Because it's
Oh yeah.
Ionia
Anybody
County
that
area.
anybody
it's
that's
Ionia
involved,
County 4-H's.
anybody that's involved in the fair that's really put their heart and soul into it, like the Gregories, people like that. That
Gregories.
maybe they weren't a board member, but they put their heart and soul into the Ionia Free Fair.
Yep.
They are eligible.
Why do we hold it just at, or why do you guys hold it just at that and not somebody that does a lot for,
Well, you got, like,
let's say, Ionia County?
Well, you could,
Well,
but you got
necessarily
like
does
Reeves.
anything for
They've been
Ionia
here
Fair.
for how many years?
This is the Ionia Free Fair parade, so that's you know.
Yeah.
So we try to.
But
There's
is it-
also an Ionia parade, isn't there?
Yeah.
So they can be Grand Marshal that.
yeah, right.
You got
yeah.
Reamses, Listermans, the
Oh,
Bleases,
yeah.
the Gregories, the
Yeah.
you
The
know
buzz.
the Buzzies.
Yeah.
and I don't mean this in a bad way, but prominent or families that have put money into stuff that can afford it. Is that what we're looking at? Because most of those families have money.
No. This is volunteer people
Yeah.
because we don't get paid for
Yeah.
doing any of this.
No, I just mean for sponsorship. Like these families have sponsored enough to where they get chose for Grand Marshal.
No.
The sponsors
Sponsors are
get-
sponsors.
Yeah. Sponsor. They get
Marketing.
things like
They get marketing.
marketing. Yeah. Yeah. They get marketing for their sponsorship.
Okay, I'm just looking at
I know,
how do
I
they
know.
go through the choosing of Grand Marshals
Yeah.
year to year and
No,
what
it's somebody
criteria
that's
is.
volunteered
Mm-hmm.
for gazillion years and been on the board for
Well, like Dan Blease has done a million speeches down there and
and
done a ton of things for
Yeah.
them. So that'd be a good.
I was 11 years old when I got involved in the fair, and I've just been there ever since. I just love the fair, and
Yeah, it was 1950.
The fair didn't go out or go on until 1915. If you were 11, that would have put you at what 19?
Oh, I'm glad I brought that up. So, okay, we're going back to here.
Go back. What date are you on? Are you on?
I took care
they
of the
didn't
week.
even have
Now,
throwaway diapers back
Why
then.
are we?
okay, on
Shit, he was so feral back then. They didn't even put any clothes on him. He just walked and crapped at the same time.
He does that now.
That has to do with age now.
I'm sure people really want to listen to that, don't they?
Okay. This is last year's, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's.
Yep.
So I'm the one I'm
Yeah,
looking at for.
he said they haven't even got all of them settled.
Hopefully
yet
by
this
the end
year,
of the
so.
month we got them all.
Okay. July 18th. That's we got the Journey Tribute Band, and that's a huge. That's as huge as what the Mega 80s.
We've
is.
had them there
Say,
before.
you
yeah.
guys have
Oh,
had
they come
them.
every year.
I've heard that one. That's
He's
one's
been there a lot
down
of
A few
years.
times.
7-8 years now in a row.
Yeah,
The
probably,
Metallica guys last year did a good job, but they were kind of odd.
Yeah, they were different.
Yeah, but they did a great job.
So Buzz got along with them great.
No, he didn't like it at all.
The 19th we have the Tim McGraw, and this guy, I think they're flying him from Vegas here.
Yeah, he's like
The-
one of the top national
He's
tribute band.
the best one in the country, I'm told. We haven't used him yet, but
He better be.
yeah. So that should be a good beer drinking crowd.
I'd say if you're flying them out here, that's
You
gonna
know-
be pretty pricey to.
$7,500.
And that's what we're targeting too.
Really?
The beer market is because that's our
That's how you get it paid
that's how
back.
we get paid back. Yeah. And okay, on the
Now
20.
I know with you guys talking about beer, with being at the Tiki Hut and then that free stage or whatever, do you try and promote local breweries? I'm not saying the local one down here, but other Michigan breweries.
They put
to
some
try
of their
and sell their
IPAs,
beers?
West Side distributors bring IPAs in that they distribute. Budweiser donates a substantial amount of money,
Yeah.
cash money,
Okay.
to the fair, and what they do is they'll have a list of all of their drinks, and then we'll put your Bud Light, Busch Light, Michelob Ultra, or whatever, their seltzers, and they do have IPAs that they do put in it.
I just know that in this era of beer drinking, there's so many snobs that have to have craft beers and all that crap.
And they-
I'm
we-
just trying to.
We do sell it.
Okay.
It's
I
weird.
can't
But
believe that. IPA is just.
Like I said,
I'm
the
sorry.
one local guy, I don't get along with that guy, but I just wasn't sure as if you go to local breweries. I know Founders is a big, but not.
did you hear him slurp?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Did it turn you on?
A little bit.
Anyway, go ahead,
I
Buzz.
seen you
Sorry.
scratch at it.
I'm just trying to
His ears are kind of growing a little
kick
bit.
that in there with you talking about beer drinking.
Right.
Get some pop sockets we can stick to the side of his head. Go ahead. Sorry.
I can't believe it.
Oh, yes, you can.
All right. The last night of the fair, which is going to be July 20th, we got Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute band.
So this
That
is
should
this
be-
is what we have so far.
That's what we got so far.
But
We
you're gonna
got
fill every night, right?
well. What we're going to do? We've got the we got the main
Iron
acts.
Idol.
We got no. We don't do that anymore.
No. Okay.
When was the last year for that?
3 years ago.
Oh, I didn't know.
Okay, why did you decide to can it?
It wasn't that we decided to can it because
Can't
after
find
we
nobody to run
you
it.
can't find nobody around it. That's the big part. And
I'll sit at his desk and be a snob.
and well,
Actually, the three of us.
You gonna give us a window to sit on the stage and do that?
do
Be a
what?
snob.
Do this? We do a podcast right on your stage?
We might be able to do it one night
Not a night. We're gonna do it here today
or
because
during the day, whatever.
when nobody else is doing anything. Because
Otherwise, it's gonna
If,
be noisy.
you'd have to have Mike give us an open day, but
it's going to be noisy.
yeah, it just
of the
we
days
had
are-
it. We huh?
I think most of the days are booked, aren't they? During the day?
They
I
could
don't
be.
know.
I don't know. I haven't seen.
Well,
I
the
know you
schedule
got
yet.
the
Actually,
free
we
fair
could sit-
pageant, the
we could
Ionia
sit back at
Queen
your motorhome
pageant
and
thing.
do it.
That's a couple
whatever.
days or one night,
Yeah, we could do
Thursday
that.
night.
Is it,
I
is,
thought they did that during the day, not the night.
it, is it hard to transfer this
Early.
stuff down there?
Okay. And
No, not really.
Okay. Got to have Wi-Fi?
No,
No.
they're recording it.
Oh,
Not live.
Recording and then it's done
okay.
tomorrow.
who's the judges for the Ionia Free Fair Queen pageant
I
thing?
don't know who Jenna has picked out for them yet.
Yeah, that's one of the
Is it
board
the same
members.
judges year to year, or is it a different?
No.
No,
or
they
is it
switch
different-
around.
Okay, different panel of judges every year.
Yep.
Okay,
Anybody?
same
to
criteria, just other
It's,
type
nice,
of
it's, nice,
judges.
it's nice if we can find a radio personality or something that'll. But usually, I think there's 3 judges.
But that's
Yeah.
done at the free stage now.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
has
Yep.
been. Or
That's
whatever.
that's the first night. That's the Thursday night before the actual fair opens up. But it's kind of a
as Kurt said, the soft opening. night.
soft
Yeah.
opening. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you're done with the E stage?
No. Well. Yeah. Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's what I guess you wanted to talk
That'd
about.
be the
Last
last
night. That's gonna be
That
the
was the last
Saturday
night.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
blowout
the last
party.
night. Yep.
That's usually the beer drinking party there.
Oh, I know.
hope
What,
so.
I know. What I was going to say. So these are the main acts. We're gonna have probably there'll be opening act and maybe 2 opening acts for some of these acts because we do have a lot of local.
bands.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. We got. I think I'm working on one right now coming out of Detroit.
Can we get
I got
a
one I want to
YouTube
talk to you
tribute?
about on break. Something he's in love with, and I think you're going to agree with me on something.
I think Ty might appreciate a
He likes it.
YouTube tribute.
He's in
You
love
too?
with it.
I don't want to hear anything that has to do with Bono.
I think Ty would be into a YouTube tribute band.
Nope. Sorry. What do you got for grandstand? We haven't talked about grandstand acts. Nothing.
We don't have any concerts.
Motors?
No concerts, but
That's-
mostly motorsports, rodeo.
Monster truck, rodeo,
We're doing monster
derby, tractor
yeah,
pull.
Yep.
Tractor
Rodeo.
pull's kind of getting weak, man. How many more years are we going to do this?
don't
Because
know.
there's like 4 trucks show up. It's
We
getting
got-
weak.
Well, actually, this year we cut a couple things out of the track prep side of it. Now that we got CL Truckings on board to help us out, do a little bit more, we're going to add more money to the purse, so that'll bring more trucks in, hopefully. We cut a couple classes, made a couple classes bigger, so that'll draw a lot of even our West Michigan pullers will come in on this because the price, the purses will
The
be
bounty.
it'll
You
be
know
quite a
what?
bit more.
Do you know what classes you cut and what classes you're having?
That I don't know. I don't know those yet.
Okay.
Because I like tractor pulls
So
for certain classes.
some pullers back in the day, they were the ones that actually, I believe, started the pulling at the Ionia Free Fair because they did Lake Odessa and Ionia's, and they used like locals. You could sign your truck, and that's what they're doing still with that. We have a good turnout.
Oh yeah. Back
So
in the
that's
day.
what I used to
Well,
do
now,
with
I mean, it's-
Greg Hickok over to Grand Ledge.
Yeah, so you could pull your truck, my truck in there, and we
They
can
used
pull
to have a stock class.
That's what we're doing.
I went out there with his Avalanche one year as a joke, and they hooked me up. And the guy walks up to the window and says, "Put it in low lock." And I'm like, "Yeah, you were there. You were pissed as hell." 'Cause I just
fair or
backed
was
up
that
to the
at the
sled
truck
as a
show?
joke before the actual tractor pulls got started.
Yeah.
He hooked me up, and I pulled with that thing. It
Oh yeah,
Was that at the truck show or the fair?
Fair.
was fair.
yeah.
It was fair.
Okay, because we had the sled the one time at the truck show. I hooked up to the sled with my mud truck at the truck show.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I took my dozer out there one day and had my sister drive it. Hooked onto the bolt, took it all the way down to the end. It got down to the end and it busted the drive shaft.
Anyway,
Didn't like
sorry,
it.
back to
So truck and tractor pulls, we're changing some things up, try to make it what
Yep.
it was.
Yeah,
Thumb
trying,
has
yeah.
been around for as long as I can
Oh,
remember.
shit.
Dude.
As long
trying to
as I
bring
can
in some of the
remember.
bigger classes, eliminate
Yeah.
some of the least.
Yep. Then TPA,
participated
it'd be
classes.
sweet to bring them guys back. but-
Their equipment has the pulling sleds, the evolution of those things has been impressive.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't go for a couple years, and then I go, and all of a sudden these things are just got.
Cab and lights all over it, flashes.
Yeah, it's impressive
Most
as
of-
hell.
Yeah.
Most of the sleds used around the state come out of Coldwater. What's the pulling company out of Coldwater that does a lot of NTPA?
We used to get thumb truck.
Yeah,
out
there
of,
you
Thumb
go.
truck, but they're out of the thumb.
the thumb up there. Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you where. I think the guy's name is Dave. I couldn't
I
tell
knew
you
that
where
guy,
his.
too.
I think they're by him. I think that sled is from that side of the state.
Back in the day,
You know,
that
Richard-
grandstand used to be packed. Mm-hmm. But they switched to a different company. I think different truck pulling company now, and not quite as good. I don't think.
No,
anyway.
NTPA
NTPA.
went downhill. I mean, we're spending $60,000 a year
Yeah.
and losing 20. So you got, this is after COVID year, and even before COVID year, the last 5 years or so of it, we were losing on an average of $20,000 a year. It's like you can't keep doing that.
So, whatever happened to Mr. Chase? I'm not gonna say his first name. Let's not, just because we don't need to. Whatever happened to him? He was big into that shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what happened there. I couldn't tell
I think
you.
when we lost MT.
Well, no, he quit before the NTPA was.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the man.
He's
Well,
He loved that shit.
He's my neighbor too.
Yeah, when we go on break, I got an idea.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
The truck tractor pulling. I used to do it. I would grab farm truck and use the farm truck over to Lake Odessa when back in the day Bob Green was still alive, but Bob Green put it on. He kind of passed it down to Greg Hickok over to Grand Ledge. Now he does a lot of working class semi pulls, working class daily driven pickup trucks, hot
Yep.
pickup trucks,
See, they got
pro
those.
pickups.
They got the hot trucks or whatever you want to call them in your stocks. So, I thought about putting mine in this year. It'd be fun.
I miss the
me
guys
bring it
that
for you.
had 6
Yeah.
big blocks. That
Yeah,
would just,
multi-engine
Oh, yeah.
modified.
those things were crazy and loud, and man, they just make your teeth rattle.
Well, then you had the mini mods. Vern Jackson over to Laco, he had a single 526 Keith Black Hemi on a
Yeah.
lawnmower chassis,
Yep.
and that
Yep.
that was a mini mod.
Holy
That was
shit!
a single act.
Yep.
and
So West Michigan,
was-
they got a pooler. They got a class of those, but they're part of the NTPA or
Yep.
affiliated with them.
Yeah, that's what he pulled with his NTPA.
It's like
So,
I don't know if it's a
garden
dying
tractor
sport.
chassis with a 3,300 horse blower motor.
What else is coming to the grandstand next?
We've got.
I think they're having the trailer one again. The trailer.
That's what I was
derby.
just trying to think of. That trailer.
Trailer
one,
races?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using the whole track or no?
No, they just use the figure 8.
Figure eight.
Okay, right up front.
That's part of the derby. That's the second night, I think.
Yeah. I don't know when it is.
We got
I
a
don't get-
derby. Should we
I-
take a?
I
should
can't
we
get
pause
to too
this?
many.
Oh, he's getting food.
I can't
I
get
think
too
it's
many
here.
grandstand shows because I got so much stuff going on. over
We're gonna have, as of right now, I think we're maybe have one dark night. We're talking about side by side races.
I've been working on having a motorcycle pull,
That too.
but
See,
I don't think that's going to happen because they got a big one coming up about the same time that we'd want to do that, and they can't do both of them.
I just
That's what I'm
watched some
hearing.
trike pulling today. They had big pulling tires on the back
Yeah.
of a trike.
Yep, that's
motorcycle.
what these
That's what
Tech
they-
brought.
Yeah.
He
I don't know
puts
the
it.
name. I can't.
He puts on that.
Ted,
Yeah, he's the one that.
he's
I
supposed
think
to
he
be
runs
calling
it.
me. He hasn't ever called me yet, so I don't
We
know.
got to get
Now-
after him. He'll get with you.
You got monster trucks coming in again this year.
Yep, 2
same
nights.
same monster truck company we've been using.
Yep.
Elliot.
Yep, Elliot Miller. He's local.
Local
Say,
enough.
is
He's
he
from
one out of Battle
Charlotte.
Creek or something?
He's from Ionia.
Yeah.
Well, originally, but I think he lives in Charlotte now.
No, he lives in Midville.
Okay, maybe. I like that kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, I like that kid.
My little Simoleon.
He is a little short.
He's a good dude. I was on the phone with him yesterday for a while, going
Oh,
back
yeah?
and forth at each other. Because I want to buy a whipple blower for my hot rod. About another truck.
I was gonna say for the black car, but no. Yeah, okay. Okay. Monster trucks 2 nights. Derby you said what's
2 nights. That's,
Derby 2 nights?
It's the last Saturday,
So
Sunday,
there's
right?
there's 5 nights.
Yep.
Tractor pulls,
Yep.
Was
Derby,
the fair going on
rodeo
Sunday?
trucks.
Rodeo is a Friday
Saturday's
night.
done.
Isn't rodeo on a
So
Friday
Friday,
night?
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, rodeo's Friday night.
And then,
Derbies.
which is kind of cool because I got talking to Mike about this. They're going to do rodeo. Then Tim McGraw is going to be, as soon as rodeo's over with, we'll put Tim McGraw on.
Yeah.
It's going to, that's
So
gonna
it should
have
hopefully-
other
Can you push the rodeo to start early, or are they gonna? Or?
Well,
Well-
we're talking about that.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit earlier show. They should be done by 9. Normally,
They can all leave the rodeo. And those
And
are
hit-
beer drinkers.
yes.
And they're going to come watch a free concert.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tim
Okay,
McGraw,
that'll work.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah.
It worked out
Now,
pretty
that's
good.
Friday,
Yeah.
and then you said the Derby Saturday.
Derby's Sunday, Monday.
Oh, that,
I believe so.
So the first part of the week.
The Todd
Yeah.
White Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I want to let the people know, this is all preliminary stuff. We still got a long ways to go to
Yeah,
get to
but-
fill in all the empty spots and
Takes a lot.
It does
Put
take
it
a
all
lot.
together.
Yeah.
I did it for 4 years before we hired Mike. Thank God we hired Mike.
Yeah.
And it is. I would have never if I would have had a regular job. There's no way I could have done it. I couldn't even have volunteered to even take that position.
You had a regular job?
Well, I do now. Place of employment.
He did. He used to power wash stuff.
I work.
He used to power wash a dozer.
I work.
He had somebody do it.
You better be careful.
I work.
That W word is enough to make him start swinging.
You starting to sweat already?
If I sweat, it's from working.
Working on what?
Swimming pool.
Holding a
Whisper it
fart.
in my ear, will you?
Yeah. Whispering sweet nothings.
I've had more sweat out of me than you weigh.
Oh, I'm sure you
Dude,
have.
the 25 years I've known you, I've never seen you sweat.
Well, you weren't at the right place at the right time.
You dripped on somebody.
He sounds like a lucky guy. That's the entertainment side of it. So there's no entertainment in the back for like just sitting and watching, other than the 4-H stuff. Let's talk. Where are we sitting on time?
I'd like to see a beer.
I'm gonna skip this one into. We're gonna start with this one when we come back after the next break. But let's go. Let's take 10, 15 minutes and talk about some of the history of some of the great managers we've had and people that the better volunteers. So Lionel, which I didn't anticipate him just recently passing away. He was a great man. To me, he was a great manager.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Clark,
Right.
and I want to give a shout out to Ralph. I love Ralph.
Who else?
He's a fucking hoot, dude.
Is he the old,
Well-
the old guy groundskeeper?
Yeah, let's give some shout outs to Lionel, Doug, and whoever else.
Bev.
I want to give a shout out to Buzz because he's volunteered his ass off since I was born. He's worked, he used all of his equipment for nothing.
Hey,
All the digging he's done.
easy on the W word.
Well, I'm giving him a shout out. I don't give him much. You
give
so I'm
him
gonna give him one tonight. I'm gonna give him a shout out because he's worked his ass off on that
Oh, yeah.
fair for fucking nothing.
Well, thank you.
I give him a lot,
Right.
and he likes it.
But all the equipment he's donated over the years and all the digging and all the other bullshit.
Well, most people don't know because they weren't around back in the day. Like I said, I was 11 years old when I got involved in the fair.
We set that fucking stage up. I was a stage bitch when I was little, but I had a good time. I mean,
yeah,
I learned a
fun.
lot.
That's why we do it.
It's a good time.
I got
love
fed. I got fed.
Yeah. But it shows.
Look at him.
But
So,
He's got stretch marks right here.
I go back to
He's doing this again.
I go back to I had a relative that was I can't think of his name right.
He got all flustered.
He was
I feel like we're
he was a
helping.
fair manager, but this is way back when I was a kid, and he was related to us, and I'm sure you don't even know about it.
You're right. I don't know about it.
What's that? And
Welcome to YouTube. keep going. Keep going. No, we got to keep rolling. We got like 10 minutes
I'm
left.
trying to, but everybody keeps interrupting.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, don't look at me.
Your
You
relation.
settled down for a minute, didn't you?
Your relation was a
Just standing
manager.
here Trying to see if
Our
you
relation
follow
was
the
a manager?
teleprompter.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So
Years ago, a lot of years ago. Trying to think of his name now, but he was a relative. Anyway,
Mister
we've had what was Connor?
Connor.
Yeah.
Johnny Connor?
Pat,
Pat
Patricia.
Con- oh, Pat
Patricia.
O'Connor.
Yep, she was a bear
John
manager.
O'Connor.
Connors from Terminator.
We had Bill Weisgerber. He was a co-manager with Doug Clark, I believe it was.
I don't remember it, Bill.
Yeah.
I just remember Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were co-managers for a while. They tried that. Some people, when they left, Lionel Haskins would come back and fill in for them until they found
Interim
another
for a
manager.
minute.
He did that a couple times, I believe.
He was there he was there during the admission phase. It was Doug was in there somewhere, but Lionel came back. Maybe Doug died, and then Lionel came back, and it was in the
Yeah,
admission
I think it was.
phase.
I think it was. And Lionel came back a couple times. Lionel got paid when he was the first manager. He got paid, but when he came back, I think he worked for free. And I got
I
to
think
tell
he
you,
loved it. He missed it.
I got to give a huge shout out to Bev and Doug both because they
They all did it for free.
They did. Yeah, they did.
And they didn't just do it; they did an amazing job.
Oh,
they did.
phenomenal.
They knocked it out of the park for what they had, what they were dealt.
Yeah.
They were coming out of deficit.
They were dealt
mean,
a hand of shit.
When you do something like that, and it's a hell of a job. That being a manager is a hell of a job, and for them to do it for free shows that what kind of love they had for the Ionia Free.
And then we've had a few that came in for 1 year.
Yeah.
What was the guy from Laco? He didn't work out so hot, did he?
Mike Smith.
Oh, he
Well, watch it.
didn't work out so hot.
No.
Nobody was real impressed.
That was also part of the old geezer people that I was told didn't want to change.
I bet you'd be surprised. We'll talk about that in break.
Yeah.
We had one guy. Thank God we got, but he ended up down in Texas. I think around the fair down there. But I'm not going to say any names.
I got a rude awakening when I did it for the first 4 years.
Oh, I'm
after
sure.
we-
I told you, so
Dismissed
it's a thankless job.
And Bev
That's what.
had me. She was by my side the whole time. Because it's like,
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
When you get into it, it's
Really?
overwhelming.
there's so much stuff that
Yeah,
it
you don't
just
even think about.
and it doesn't seem like it's a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of stuff.
To most people, it
even
don't seem
layout,
like it's-
layout of the fairgrounds, just that alone, it's like, oh my god, that's it's a nightmare.
Really?
You got to work with concessionaires once.
Are they dicks?
No,
Then
not really.
what's the biggest hang up with them then?
They like their space.
Oh,
They're
they
not-
take every inch, don't they?
They're not going to give up no space. A lot of them are worried about who's got what space in different spots.
You jealous of the other guy's bigger spot?
Well, it's what they're paying for.
Or placement.
Placement. Oh my God, he's not lying.
I can imagine placement.
Yeah.
There's-
location. That's
Well,
the
you're
biggest
supposed to,
thing
when
in
you
the
come
world.
in, you're supposed to start at the back of the fairground and work your way up.
Yeah, and you got
But
to.
that
If
don't
you're
happen.
like, we'll just say front of the fairgrounds when we're putting the first row in. Well, that guy's a foot in front of me. They want it straight.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
now we marked. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Inches. We're talking inches. So now we strike a line. This is the front of your booth. There ain't nothing coming out in front of it.
All the way down the 100 foot. This is
Yeah,
the
that
front
way
of
their
all of them.
signage can be seen. Nobody's blocking the
Oh,
next person's signage.
It's
Can their
a,
I can
overhang be
imagine
over that
that.
line, or does
most
it-
of all the overhangs are all the same. Some of them got bigger, tall, longer ones. But if you're blocking, let's just say, if you got lemonade stand here, and then you got a independent, which is the guy that sells trinkets or whatever. If he's out here like this, and they're
lemonade
blocking,
stand is pissed.
oh man, you're moving them back, or we have to move them out. I mean,
He's
it's,
trying to drag his tables out, and
Yes.
you're pushing him back.
yes,
Okay.
it's
okay.
just it's crazy. I mean, just that alone is a freaking nightmare.
Well, I
And
can
then-
imagine it's
page fell off.
cutthroat with all the food vendors.
Yep, and we're trying to change that up a little bit to where hopefully we can
You know, I know a few years back
change things.
there was a
so
food vendor that he retired, and he always had a 150-foot line going to his gyro booth.
Oh
There's,
yeah, Amy,
the
yeah.
old Greek guy. Oh yeah,
Put his
And-
kids through college and quit, and
Yep.
everybody's like, "Where'd he go?"
Yep, gone.
he was awesome.
Yeah, he was great.
Awesome. Now I haven't had one since. I won't go to
Nope.
the end of the other guys because it's like, no, it's not the same. These ones are crap compared to that guy, and that sucks.
And his are all homemade.
Yep.
Who's our best groundsman other than Ralph? I love Ralph. He's forgetful as hell.
Joe Eltoff. He's
Who
a
is Joe?
volunteer. Joe that works with Ralph.
Oh, really, Joe?
Yeah.
I don't know
He
that.
volunteers for everything. He don't get paid.
Oh, we don't.
Nope.
Well,
He
I didn't-
volunteers.
I
He
didn't know
mows.
that.
He's a mowing fool.
Good
Yep.
for him. I
Yep.
hate mowing.
Yeah. Oh, he loves it.
That might have been the number one reason I had kids. Dude, oh shit.
His pull-out game was weak.
Dude, you should see. Oh,
But yeah,
that's a story yet too.
Joe Eltoff is our volunteer. He started helping. He started helping me the following year or the year of COVID.
Didn't somebody get on him about something about mowing? He's mowing wrong. Or was that one of the other guys?
I don't know.
No.
If he's mowing for free, you can't get on him too hard.
Mike,
No, yeah.
Mike jumped on somebody.
Mike had to jump his ass a couple
Was that
times
him?
because he
Okay.
kept dropping the mower down, so he's
Yeah.
butchering it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's what it was.
And it's like
But
we
still,
He
struggled.
knows better, but he
We struggled. They got it figured out now.
okay.
So yeah, no, Joe Eltoff. He's
the
Good for
guru.
him.
he's our volunteer.
That's our current guy. Have we had?
I think Otis Melchert.
I remember Otis.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was awesome.
That's the one I can remember.
Yeah.
I remember Randy used to do some bunch of stuff down there.
Randy helped out because him and Lionel were good friends.
Randy.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Mm.
Are you
Oh.
talking about?
Yeah, Randy was about to kill Buzz one night because Buzz took a.
I did not do
fucking-
that.
A goat or sheep or something, stuck it in his brother's camper, and he just chewed the shit out
Oh,
of it.
you're a
It
bastard.
tore it. It wasn't me. It was.
Oh, he was.
Let's see.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You still got the blame.
I did get the blame for it, but it wasn't me that did it.
I still see Randy all the time here at Myers and stuff.
Don't bring it up to him because he just.
Now I'm gonna.
You're gonna have to
Thanks.
show. You're gonna. Have to, I don't remember him. You're gonna
I'm
have to
gonna have
show
to
me.
get paid to not.
Yeah,
I talked to him yesterday. I told him about.
you're gonna have to
Lionel.
show me who he is.
Randy Bailey. Oh. His brother used to be a DJ for B93.
Huh? Not Randy's brother.
One of Randy's brothers, yeah. Long time ago.
Yes.
See,
But
I know
Otis-
you.
Otis-
You're the guy that Buzzy put the goat in. And the
Yeah.
lamb in.
Oh, we talk about that all the time.
They
We laugh our
laugh.
asses off.
I didn't put the goat in there.
Yeah, but he doesn't know no better.
You see them two
It had
going
to
at
be
it
a
with
goat
their,
because I guarantee you there was no sheep left over.
you see them two old bastards with canes beating each other.
Okay, so we're gonna go to break, but I'm gonna come back with facilities and buildings because the buildings down there are great. I mean, they're very historic. Let's put it that way. Okay, so send us out.
Here's to those who wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
Let's go pee.
All right.